This is your Peace News for Thursday, July 11th, 2013. Silver's trading at $19 per ounce. Bitcoin is trading at $86 per Bitcoin. This episode brought to you by blockchain.info. Try the free Bitcoin wallet app at blockchain.info. Gay marriage was banned by the Colorado Constitution in 2006, but this didn't stop the Colorado Attorney General's office from filing a discrimination complaint against Masterpiece Cake Shop for not baking a cake for a gay couple. The Colorado Attorney General's office filed a discrimination complaint against the owners of Masterpiece Cake Shop, who last year declined to make a cake for a Denver couple. The couple had their marriage ceremony in Massachusetts and wanted the cake for a hometown celebration. Jack Phillips, one of the owners of Masterpiece Cake Shop, had cited his Christian beliefs in refusing the men's business. Last summer, Phillips told a television interviewer, quote, "We would close down the bakery before we compromised our beliefs." The owner faces up to 12 months in jail for not baking a cake for the gay couple. An Oregon man has been jailed for 30 days for collecting rainwater and snow runoff in 3 reservoirs that he built on his own property. Gary Harrington of Eagle Point was found guilty 2 weeks ago for violating a 1925 law which says all water is publicly owned. Harrington, 64, was convicted of 9 misdemeanors and received a $1,500 fine in addition to the jail term. Following his conviction, he said, quote, "When it comes to the point where a rural landowner can't catch rainwater that falls on his land to protect his property, it's gone too far." Harrington surrendered himself to authorities to begin his prison term and said that he was sacrificing himself to stand up for liberty. Decades earlier, Harrington constructed 2 dams measuring at 10 and 20 feet, and has since collected nearly 13 million gallons of water in his man-made ponds, which is enough to fill 20 Olympic-sized pools. He has built boat docks and stocked the reservoirs with trout and bluegill for recreational fishing. The state initially approved and issued permits for Harrington's water collection pools on his 170-acre property in 2003, but years later, the bureaucrats arbitrarily changed their minds. Though Harrington has been ordered to drain his 3 reservoirs, he remains persistently defiant. He told CNSnews.com, quote, "The government is bullying. They've just gotten to be big bullies, and if you lay over and die and give up, that just makes them bigger bullies." A recently published Harvard University meta-analysis funded by the National Institutes of Health has concluded that children who live in areas with highly fluoridated water have, quote, "significantly lower IQ scores than those who live in low fluoride areas." The 32-page report can be downloaded free in these show notes. There are now more than 23 human studies and over 100 animal studies linking fluoride to brain damage. You might be interested to learn that there have been several recent court cases where families have been granted damage payouts due to what vaccines and their ingredients have done to their children. The cases are directly linked to autism and brain damage, and each injury has been deemed, quote, "caused by vaccines." Find links to 3 such recent court decisions in this episode's show notes. Speaking of eliminating viruses, the Economic Development Administration, or EDA, was recently notified of a potential malware infection on some of its computers. The EDA's CIO, fearing that the agency was under attack from a nation-state, insisted instead on a policy of physical destruction. The EDA destroyed not only uninfected desktop computers, but also printers, cameras, keyboards, and even mice. The destruction only stopped because the agency had run out of money to pay for destroying the hardware. The total cost to the taxpayer of this incident was $2.7 million. Full recovery took close to a year. This episode brought to you in part by WeUseCoins.com. Learn about Bitcoin at WeUseCoins.com. Subscribe at YouTube.com/PeaceNewsNow and watch us on the next news network. For Peace News Now, I'm Derek J, reminding you that peace is the way.